It is time.
Funny thing is, it's literally 10 a.m. when we started.
And it's now like, what, 1 p.m.?
No, like, it is now 10 a.m.
Oh.
I'm gonna go
Fair.
eat dinner. I'll be back after that.
Alright, so...
Okay.
Hello everyone, welcome to Ares' intro, which is happening like 5 minutes after Striker's intro. That's why Striker is in chat.
Heyo!
Quite literally at the table. Anyway, hello. Ares.
Heyo!
Ares.
Yes.
You are about to venture into the magical world of Mystery Dungeon. You've heard me say this to you a lot, actually.
Yes.
Now, normally I would say something along the lines of you having to be very blah blah blah. Well, your Pokemon actually knows all of this, because you are not actually playing a human.
Yes.
You are playing a Pokemon that is already from Mystery Dungeon. You're essentially playing the partner that is in Mystery Dungeon games, in a weird way. When you think about it.
That is oddly fitting, yeah.
Yeah. Now, because of this, you actually have history in this world. You were born and you had to, live and survive and, well, normally I would say make connections, but, because of your Pokemon's situation, you probably didn't make too many connections.
Yeah, my parents weren't supposed to be.
But yeah, tell us about your character a little bit.
Well, I guess the easiest way to do that would be to just straight up read my backstory for you all. So, Gabite's mother was a Garchomp with an oddly empathetic ideal. It never stood well with her that most relationships among her kind end with one or the other dead due to competitive nature that she never really vibed with. Deciding to set out on her own, she left her homelands to seek out solitude, and in doing so, she came across a wonderful lake in a secluded forest. Pokemon here left her alone due to her size and fierce looks, so it was perfect. Even the water was more crisp, clean, and refreshing than anything she had ever tasted. Hint, hint, wink, wink. It only took a few days for her to find out why. A melodic male overlooked this lake, and after realizing that this threat to his peaceful lake was not planning to leave, he eventually took it upon himself as the guardian of the area to challenge her. During the battle, the charm of this strange melodic ended up stopping the battle mid-combat, and both realized that they didn't really want to battle anyway. As they spent more time together, Melodic even taught a hybrid ground type to swim, so they could spend more time close together, which only worked due to Garchomp's very shark-like shape. As years went by, the romance blossomed, they had eggs, and together, wrestling in the birth of an... Oh, I don't know what I was saying there. Oh, they had eggs together, wrestling in the birth of an abnormal Gibble. Why wrestling? That must have been an auto-correct. Anyway, as a Gibble, he grew up feeling conflicted with his inner nature to be competitive, and to fight, and to be the strongest, but also to learn compassion from his parents being such an unnatural couple. Eventually, he went on to set out on his own, and being an incredibly strong Gibble himself, he even managed to learn the secrets of evolution. Now, as a Gabite, he returned to his parents, and they were ecstatic to see him growing and getting stronger. One day, a call for adventure is made for Pokemon to answer, and in his bullheaded childish nature, and despite his parents' disapproval, he sets out yet again to who knows where, leaving his parents behind in their seclusion.
Alright, I do have a very important question.
Yes.
That I probably should have asked a long time ago. Where did your Gabite evolve?
I don't know enough to really know locations where he would even be able to.
Well, basically you can evolve on every continent, you know, every single one of the 5 continents. And every single one of these continents has one specific place where you go, and the guardian of the place basically tells you whether you can evolve or not.
What would
Now,
make the most sense for my backstory?
now that's a difficult one, because normally I would say, oh yeah, the continent of Scent, obviously, right? Because that's where most of your kind is. But your parents were not exactly with the rest of your kind in the, you know, among you know, the dwellings and such. So it's like, it's entirely up to you. Where did you evolve? Because you would actually be familiar with the process and with the local guardian, if the guardian actually talks to you. Because, you know, for instance, Cresselia doesn't really.
Well, in this case, it would probably be whatever guardian is closer to the melodic homelands, because that would be make the most sense, because that would be where he was born and where he would kind of be living.
Okay, give me a second. I need to have a look see at that. Yeah, so, Milotics, where are you naturally at? Oh, that's awkward.
Is it in the same place as the Garchomps?
Okay, well, this is a little awkward because, oh boy.
Oh no, I don't like where this is going.
So, Myotics actually come from the continent that is happening in Chilling Adventure.
Huh.
Oops. Oops.
Well, I mean... Oh, I guess that kind of would spoil some things, wouldn't it?
A little
Or
bit.
it would spoil a little bit of Chilling Adventure.
Alright, so your Gabite has evolved in a place called the Luminous Peak.
Do you want to just, like, save that until we head to Luminous Peak on, like, the description of what happens there, until after that?
Nah, fuck it. Fuck it, this is important for your character. Okay, so... Your character, before he became a Gabite, had to traverse the Luminous Peak. The Luminous Peak is an extremely dangerous place, and it was probably the first time in your life that you probably needed to dodge fights rather than face them. The whole point of Luminous Peak is to essentially calm the hot-headed ones, essentially. You know, if you would challenge the fights along the way, you would die. They're designed in such a way that they will kill, you know, basically the climb itself is the test.
Okay.
You know, I could imagine your character probably like, you know, maybe taking on a couple fights, almost getting himself killed, going back, you know, healing, you know, blah blah blah, repeat, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then, eventually, your character, you know, probably beaten up and tired, weak, hungry, dehydrated, would make it to the peak. And at the peak would be the cleanest water you would have ever experienced in your life.
Even in comparison to his father's
Yes.
water.
And
Okay.
the guardian of this luminous place is a very strange Pokemon known as Sigilif.
Citrus. Okay.
Do you know what a Sigilif looks like?
I do not.
Okay, oh god, give me a second, let me pull up a picture. Do I have chat with you? There we go. So this is what a Sigilif looks like.
Peak. Could you spell Sigilith for me, please?
Sigilif. I believe this is how it's spelled. Yeah, it is. That is how it's spelled.
Okay, perfect.
And
Alrighty.
and Sigilif would inform you that by you climbing the peak, you already deserve to evolve. That the peak has cleansed you from spirit to body. That you are now an entirely new Pokemon and you need to seek out your path in life. And that your evolution is only the key to the door of life.
Okay.
He would ask you to step into the pristine water, and there he would ask you to wish for the evolution, and you would evolve.
And he would do so.
And he would tell you that when the time is right, you will know when to arrive again.
Okay.
The next time, he or the other guardians would be aware of you. How? This is difficult to say. No one understands how the guardians work. But he would just tell you that, next time, when you visit one of the guardians in other continents, or him, or it's difficult to say, they would know, and they would be ready for you.
And it would probably be more difficult.
Yes, he would tell you that the strenuous task of climbing the luminous peak was absolutely nothing compared to what it would be to evolve into a Garchomp.
Yeah. That's fair.
Weirdly enough, when you climb down, from the luminous peak, you would find no enemies. And the road would be basically clear for you, and you would not have to ever climb anything or, have any difficulty going down whatsoever. It's almost like the entire thing was just an illusion. Very realistic illusion that hurt and you bled and it was horrifying, you probably could have died. But it was all a test.
Okay.
So yeah, now you know. Now you know spoilers for Chilling Adventure.
I will specifically choose not to use that whatsoever. 'Cause,
Okay.
I mean, I feel like our characters are gonna do really well at that anyway, since they're literally built for diplomatic. Anyway.
But yeah. So after your evolution and when you went to your parents, you would probably, you would definitely be feeling that Gabite instinct of having to go and having to basically do more, compete, blah blah blah.
Yes.
And no matter how much your Pokemon may try to, defeat that instinct, it is your nature. It is who you are.
Very true.
It is very difficult for a Gabite to stay in one place for too long. The adventurous sort, they want to go out there, prove themselves. In that way, they are very similar to Riolus and Lucarios.
They are bold.
Indeed. But yeah.
That was a hint, wink, wink to my the thing.
Nature?
Nature, yes. That was a hint, wink, wink to my nature.
But yeah. In your life, you would probably go through many places. Because of your abnormal nature and because of you being who you are and also because of your upbringing and because of you being evolved, you would face many struggles. But you would also get a lot of, you would also get good things out of this, because it is much easier to give a difficult job, whether it is a bounty or literally a job. It is much easier to give it to a Gabite than to a Gibble.
Yeah.
Just from the point of view of like being evolved, all of the Pokemon would basically see you in much higher regard than not. But there would also be Pokemon who would specifically not talk to you entirely just because you're evolved.
But not only am I evolved, I'm also very antisocial, so that just makes it worse.
Yes. Through many jobs and such, you would eventually find yourself on the other side of the world from your homeland. You would find yourself on what's known as a continent of grass.
Okay.
You would probably hear the story. I'm pretty sure you would travel on one of the pirate barges that basically go between the places and attack innocent Pokemon. Not because it is what you wanted to do, but mostly because a normal ship would probably not take you in.
Yeah, that makes perfect sense.
Yeah,
I'd be too scared.
yeah,
Thinking I'm making it in the middle of night.
especially these days when Pokemon are rather well,
On edge.
well, not really on edge as much as they are very worried about signs and such. And you being an abnormal is kinda a sign.
Yeah.
You know, the civilized folk are a little worried about that sort of thing. But yeah, like I said, eventually you would make your way to a place called Capim Town.
Okay.
In this Capim Town, you would probably stay there for a couple days, and you'd be helping with manual labor. You know, maybe do a freelance work every now and then. You would not exactly make a name for yourself in the town, but you would have people generally respect you at least.
Yeah, and specifically for Captain Town, I'd probably have a neutral relationship.
Yeah. There is even a possibility that you may have gone here because you potentially have heard that there is a guild here that accepts abnormals. If anything, it actually seeks out abnormals.
And most of my freelance work being me wanting to kind of just train up to the point where I feel comfortable joining that guild.
Yeah. But sadly, the moment you arrive in Capim Town and you ask for the guild, you would hear the terrible news of it has disbanded a couple years ago.
Yeah. See, I wasn't sure if it was still gonna be disbanded or if it was gonna be like in the past or something.
Nope,
But
nope. When you arrived, you got the bad news of, well, it got disbanded, and, you know, you could have turned around and left, but you decided to stay. Because why
Yeah.
turn around and leave when you just arrive on a new continent, new opportunities and all that?
Yeah, very true. And I mean, if it were to even restart up, who's to say that the people who started up wouldn't be racist to abnormals?
But yeah. You are at Capim Town. You have been here for about a week, you know, give or take. You are familiar with most of the services and with most of the important Pokemon in here, especially the mayor, who is the one usually giving you bounties, and the Meowstick, who is taking care of the Meow Meow bar.
Okay.
Yes. You would also be on somewhat of a friendly... you would be kind of friendly with a local post service Pokemon who is a Linoone. Now, you would know that usually that sort of thing is done by developers. You would also know that the reason Linoone is doing this is because this town is not important. This town is basically not even properly covered by the local guild, which is about a week away from this town.
Okay.
Yeah, you would know that there is actually a guild that is taking care of this continent, but let's just say that it got a little too big and it's mostly taking care of problems at this point across the planet, not really taking care of small jobs here, which is actually really good for you because it gives you a lot of freelance work. Which is
Yeah,
probably how you made money.
Yeah, especially considering these guys aren't as civilized, so they wouldn't be as hardcore against my kind, right?
Yeah. We start your story where, you know, vast majority of stories like this actually start. You find yourself at the bar, you know, at the Meow Meow bar, and it is early morning. You probably
Who did
just
you-
woke up.
Okay. And who did you say the owner of the Meow Meow bar was again?
Meowstick.
putting all this in my notes. I hope I spelled that right. All right.
But yeah, the bar literally just opened. You probably have a room here. Because the bar also is like half tavern. Again, it's a small town, and because of that, a lot of these people like do double or even triple duties for different kind of services.
Yeah, and we could say like, while I'm here, I'm pretty much trading protection services if the town gets attacked in exchange for the room.
Yeah, and the town does occasionally get attacked. You know, you would know that there's all the pirate activity in the surrounded sea, and you would also know that. Because the main guild is not really taking care of this area, a lot of shady Pokemon have essentially taken over.
And tried to take advantage of the town. I gotcha.
Yeah. You would also know that there's a couple smaller villages in the area. You would probably not know where they are because it's really not important. You know, your work is here. You know, villages usually don't have money.
Yeah. It's more so a trading of service for service rather than currency.
Yes. But yeah, like I said, you find yourself within Meowstick's bar. And Meowstick is, currently in the process of, preparing drinks and such, to be given out.
Okay.
You're
And,
you're the only Pokemon here except for her.
And being the antisocial type that I am anyway, I'd probably be sitting at one of the farthest stools on the bar.
Yep. And Meowstick is definitely not pressing for talk. But yeah, you would know that the folk here are, pretty legit. You know, they are not terrible people. There's a couple people here who very openly don't like you, but that's about it, really. And the people who don't like you, they usually keep it to themselves.
Yeah. And I don't really pay them much mind anyway.
Yeah, you would know that the only real competition here that you would have for your freelance work is actually a local Puchiena, who seems to be from some kind of village far to the north, and let's just say that she is definitely strong, but let's just say that she didn't really... when Arceus was giving out genes, he gave her all of the swole, but none of the brains.
So, very similar to myself.
Yeah. Well, as in, you can talk, but she has trouble putting sentences together.
So she's even more dummy than me.
Yes. But
Which is saying a lot.
But she's a nice competition, and oh boy, does she get competitive! Several times on your freelance jobs, you probably had to actually fight her.
Yeah, that would make sense.
And yet she doesn't hate you. She just sees you as obstacles sometimes. That's it.
Who did you say that was?
It was a Puchiena.
Puchiena, right? Okay.
It's the hyena Pokemon.
And that's gonna be freelance competition. I'll call her that. Freelance competition. Puchiena.
So I'm going to change music.
Got it. All right.
Is this the music that I'm looking for? Yeah, there we go. Alright, so, Gabite.
Yes.
Yeah, just kinda, sitting there. Did you order any food or anything?
He probably would have ordered like a mixed plate of like some fish and berries. Because
Yeah.
if I recall correctly, Gabites are actually omnivores, despite looking very carnivorous.
Yeah, the omnivores. So Meowstic would definitely have that prepared for you. You don't ask where Meowstic is getting her meat from, by the way, but she is getting it, and it's every time someone mentions it, everyone just like makes sure that they don't ask questions.
Well, I wouldn't even have a reason to, like, it wouldn't even be against my morality, so I would just eat.
But yeah, like I said, it is pretty early in the morning. The weather outside is kinda gob, like very, very gobshite.
Like rainy and
Yeah,
muggy.
it is very rainy, and generally it's just, you just don't want to be outside.
Yeah, that's fair.
And as you're just kind of chilling there, and Meowstic is just preparing her things, the door opens.
I will look at the door.
A very familiar sight to you of the local postal service Linon, who is extremely wet and just like goes past you, looks very tired, very wet, looks like it has not slept in at least 2 days.
Poor guy.
Yeah. By the way, he has like a little bag full of like letters and such, and has a cute little like postal service blue cap on his head.
Oh.
Oh yeah. Linon immediately just sits down in front of Meowstic and just says the usual. And Meowstic just nods and prepares the strongest alcoholic beverages that she owns.
With that would definitely get like a raised eyebrow from him, but he would mind his own business for the time being. Just kind of listen in and see what's going on if he decides to open up about it.
Well, he doesn't actually, he's just like drinking and trying to like dry himself up. You can like see him like, just like try to like get the water out of his fur. But after a few moments, he actually checks his bag, he sighs and just starts going through it. And eventually he looks at Meowstic and says, is Gabite here? Meowstic just points at you.
That would get a raised eyebrow from me as I look over at him again.
Yeah. Linon looks at you and says, oh, sorry, didn't see you. He makes his way to you.
Very few people do see me, unless I want to be seen.
Well, so the mayor wanted to talk to you.
I'll just give him a nod and say, oh, thanks.
Alright, she said that you're already going to accept anyway, so I'm supposed to give you this. And he reaches to the bag and pulls out what appears to be a parcel and gives it to you.
He would tentatively take it. Is she drunk again?
No, not today. If anything, I'm gonna be going there.
I mean, at least you deserve it.
Just every day,
He would kind of just tilt his head side to side. Fair enough.
Anyway, I do not know details about the job. It has something to do with the parcel that I just gave you.
I will look down at the parcel.
It is basically a very small box. Way too small to really probably be anything important.
Is there any writing on it?
Yes, and it is written in an unknown language.
Oh, so not paw print.
Yeah, it is written in a different language than this or most of the other. It is written in a different language than this or your homeland's language.
Huh, so it's not unknown or paw print.
No, like your homeland was using paw print as well. So Continent of Sand and Continent of Grass both use paw print language.
Wasn't my, wait. Oh, that's right. Okay, Chilling Adventure is on the continent of sand.
No,
Forgot.
Chilling Adventure is not on the... You are getting very confused.
Well, if you recall, that's actually where I made my homeland.
I'm pretty sure you told me that you were on an island away from the continent of sand. Yeah, I have it written here. You literally told me this.
Okay, well, it was something that we had only recently discussed, but that's fine.
But yeah,
Either way.
you would actually like know that where you evolved is actually where they use this language.
Oh, okay.
But you probably would not have enough time to learn it, as it is, you know, an entirely new language.
Yeah, and what time that I spent there was usually in the woods by ourselves with my parents.
But yeah, let me just continue. So yeah, when you can, just go to the mayor and she's gonna have another job for you.
Did she say what I'm supposed to do with this?
Well, I assume you're gonna have to deliver it somewhere. Somewhere where I cannot go, so it's probably dangerous.
Fair enough. I just kind of look around. I guess I'm just gonna have to carry it.
He shrugs. I don't know. I did my job.
Well, I mean, at least you have mail carrier bags.
Well, I mean, that's the one good thing for when I'm working for the Pelipper organization.
Others not. All right. Well, I guess I'll go see her as soon as I finish my meal here.
Yep. Well, good luck. The weather is horrible.
I can see. I
Anyway,
guess that's part of not having fur. I don't have to worry about getting soaked.
I guess. Anyway, good luck. He just returns and continues his drink.
All right. Well, I will probably just like set that aside on the counter for now and then finish my meal. And once I'm done, I would pick it up and start making my way out.
Actually, so as you are eating and you are looking at the parcel, it's almost like looking at it is it's almost like it kind of like vibrates the area around it. It's kind of weird. Like you touch it, it doesn't vibrate, but it's like looking at it is making like the air around it resonate.
That's not normal. But you know what? I was never really one to ask questions, so I would just continue eating my food. And then once it's all gone, pick up the parcel and head out, heading for the mayor's office.
All right.
Probably holding the package under me so it doesn't get too wet.
Weirdly enough, the parcel is, covered in some kind of leather that seems to just have the water just slide off.
Oh, okay. Then I guess I wouldn't be too worried then.
Yep. So you're going through, through the town, that is getting very wet. You can see all kinds of Pokemon around, the little ones, the normal ones. The bird types are... the flying types are usually just like hiding themselves under leaves.
Okay.
The harbor is getting a little busy.
Okay.
It is your daily day at Kapim. You have been here for only a short amount of time, but you are pretty sure that this is, for the most part, a rather slow and quiet place.
Yeah, I'd be used to that by now, so I probably wouldn't really stop anywhere along the way. I'd probably just head straight to the mayor's office.
Yep.
Unless some sort of commotion happens, at least.
There is no commotion. It is as boring as usual.
Alrighty then.
But yeah, you make your way to the mayor's home. And you're in front of the door. Her building is slightly bigger than most other buildings here. Except for the hot spring and the decrepit guild on a hill.
That's fair. I will give her door a few thumps.
Yep. As you knock on the door, eventually she gets to the door and opens it. A moment. So yeah, you see the mayor of Capim Town. You know, as you have seen her many times while you were here. She looks at you up and down and just says, "You're wet."
I'll just shrug.
I assume
Well, it never
you
bothered me much.
assume you're here because of the job.
I'll nod.
All right, come in. But yeah, so she leads you into her office. She sits down in a chair, and you can see that she also has like a drink. You know, she looks at you and says, "Want a drink?"
Maybe after I hear this job.
All right. So this is a job that was given to us by some kind of shady individual. No idea who it is. Doesn't matter. They are paying pretty well. You're gonna get 50% of the payment.
I'll nod at that.
She takes the bounty and offers it to you.
I will take it and look it over.
Alright, so it is a bounty to deliver a parcel, specifically the one that you have, to Mount Horn. Specifically to a Pokemon waiting at the peak of the mountain. Now, you would be experienced with freelance jobs, right? And they, they don't pay amazingly, but they pay, right? They usually pay anywhere between like 200 and 1000 Pokecash.
Yeah.
Which is, if it's 1000, it's really good. If it's 200, it's like barely scraping by.
Yeah, if it's 1000, I'm probably going to go into a pretty dang tough fight. If it's like 200, probably just go collect something.
So when you look at the price, the bounty price, your eyes go wide. Because the person is paying 10,000 Pokecash for this.
Oh. I would look up at the mayor with my big wide eyes.
She's in the process of eating what appears to be a cookie. She nods and says, "Yeah, it's kind of shady."
Almost looks a little too good to be real.
I know. Which is why I wanted you to do it.
I guess. Yeah. It
Good.
would make sense.
Because
if anyone...
Well, what I'm thinking is, if it's a trap, you can probably get out of it.
I'll just nod and say, "Yeah, but those are annoying."
Yep.
I'll just kind of sigh and say, "Alright, did they pay up front?"
Yep, they already paid.
If this ends up a trap, you owe me a free few visits to the hot springs.
Yeah, I can definitely do that. I'm gonna give you half of your share right now. And she actually gives you, straight up, 2,500 Pokecash.
I'll just look around, look at my sides. I don't really have anywhere to keep that right now.
You just keep it, don't worry. It's not actually an item in the game, so I'm not gonna have it be an item in this.
Oh, okay. I just assumed that, with having bags, they would tend to have a special coin pouch.
I would assume you already have that.
Okay, we'll just say it's just a coin pouch that's not attached to a bag.
Yeah, you just have it somewhere. She did just basically ahead of the time. She just gave you more money than you have earned in your entire time working here in Capim Town, by the way. And
Yeah.
you know that she's gonna double it once the job is done.
Okay, well...
Well,
I will just get-
this could pay for a journey back home to visit your parents.
Yeah, it definitely could. I will definitely give her a small nod and say, "I sure hope I don't live to regret this."
No, if you do, then you can go scare me when you're a ghost.
That would get a small crack of a smile out of him. Alright, well, is there any time limit?
Doesn't seem like it.
Well, then I better just get on it then.
I would recommend stockpiling some food. I mean, She points at the map and says, the mountain is like 5 days from here.
I'll nod and say, yeah, the problem is carrying this and food at the same time.
Well, maybe you should go, maybe we should go hit the shop and see if you can buy one of those bags from the old guild.
Right. They did go crazy looting that place, so they probably would have some.
Yep.
Alright, I will do that.
Alright, well, good luck. Don't get yourself killed, okay? No money is worth it.
I'll just nod and say, I will do my best.
Also, I know, Dino, check the parcel. It is magical, so be careful.
Yeah, I could kind of just feel that it was magical. But anyway,
She just returns to eating her cookies.
I appreciate you bringing this to me first over Puccina.
I don't think Puccina would be able to handle it. This has bad vibes written all over it. Not to mention, the parcel does have your name on it.
I'll look down at it again.
You don't know, it's just written in unknown.
You're gonna have to teach me this language sometime.
She shrugs and says, let's say, 50,000 Pokesh?
In your dreams.
No. Enjoy your job. Your creepy weird parcel with no name attached to it except your own.
Don't think that I'm any less weirded out by this than you.
No, I would be
Anyway.
surprised if you weren't.
With that, I'll just probably stand up and take my leave then.
Alright. You leave her office and yeah, you are yet again outside and it's raining.
And I will head first things first to the shop.
Alright, so you make your way to the harbor. Yes, the shop is at the harbor. And the shop literally just opened as you got in front of it. You can see the shopkeeper, who is someone who you would be very familiar with. It's a chespin.
I'd kind of just give him a small wave.
He looks at you, and he says, "Ah, well, first customer is the usual one. All right, come in, come in."
I'll nod and then open the door and head inside.
All right, inside you can see that it's more of a warehouse than a shop. It's more like this is probably the harbor's warehouse, and it just happens to also be a shop.
Okay.
And yeah, he just sits on a very tall chair. He lifts the chair a little bit so that he's in eyesight height, and then says, "Alright, Gabite, so what are you gonna be buying today? Or are you selling something?"
I'll shake my head and say, not selling. I've got a bit of a road trip mission ahead of me.
Oh?
Not really any way to, carry the supplies to go that far. So.
So you're looking for food? Oh, you're looking for a bag?
And yes, that too.
Oh, I was wondering when you are gonna be getting yourself one of the backpacks from the guild.
I mean, I am pretty much doing freelance guild work anyway, so I might as well.
Exactly, Now, I do have to say that, technically I never sold you this, alright? Like, I don't want to get in trouble with the guild association,
I'll just shrug and say, well, I think that sounds like a discount to me.
Alright, little bit. Not too much.
I'll just grin at him with my probably razor-sharp teeth.
Anyway, so one normal standard backpack for, let's say, 800. Normally it would be 1000, but we are good friends, and you have been always trading with me, so 800.
A standard backpack being the 5 item or the 15 item?
The 5.
Okay.
Well,
I don't know.
it actually looks like the 15 one, but let's just say that, yeah. You will understand when you put it on.
Yeah, I gotcha. The same thing is probably gonna happen that happened in the other one. I guess. And then I'll just hand over 800.
Yep. He whistles, and more chestpins show up, and he just goes, "Alright, guys, one of the backpacks from the guild." Alright. They vanish in the back of the room, and eventually they show up with a backpack, and they offer it to you.
I will take the backpack.
Alright. Alright, anything else, buddy?
I will put the backpack on, and I will say,
It changes when you put it on.
I'm just gonna look.
One, it fits you, which it wasn't before, and two, it gets smaller.
I'm gonna look back at Chespin with an unamused look.
He looks confused as well. Huh, never seen that.
I'm gonna take it, like, just take it back off, and then just, like, hold it out in front of me.
What?
It's all small and raggedy now.
I mean, it wasn't like that before.
Just hook me up with the food and I'll call it even.
Alright, how much food do you want?
Well, I don't even know if this can hold enough, because it's 5 days there, and then I'm probably going to need 5 days back. Looks like this can't hold that much.
I mean, aren't you like a really big Gabite? Can you not, like, I don't know, hunt on the way or something?
I guess that's fair.
Yeah, your kind is supposed to be like really scary and spooky, and you have those razor sharp teeth for a reason, no?
That would get like an eye roll out of him, and then he'd say, "Yeah, try telling that to my mother."
I would not do that because I assume she's a big lady, and I am not a big fan of big ladies. They're big.
She is a big lady, but she is soft for a Garchomp.
Anyway, so 5 apples, eh?
I'll nod.
Alright. Well, that will be 50 Pokesh.
I'll just look back and forth at him in the bag.
What? It's not my fault that it changed on you. If anything, that could actually be whatever weird evil thing is coming out of you, man.
There's nothing evil coming out of me.
Hey, I'm not the one changing his bag to a weird ruined one.
I dare you to put one of your bags on.
Look, I don't want to do that because if it changes, then I'm ruining merchandise.
Considering the circumstances, can't you just give me the food free? Better than me demanding some sort of refund.
You're right. Yeah, just take it.
I'll just give him a nod and take the apples.
You better be selling whatever you get it on this journey to me.
Well, we could also talk about that armor that you've been pretty much begging me to buy.
Well, yes, it's right there. It's not exactly fitted for you. Because to fit it, it would be, Oh wait.
Oh yes, I know, very expensive. We've already gone over this.
Yeah, give me a second. I actually need to double check something here. Yeah, sorry. I needed to check if he actually has armor. And yes, he does have one set of armor.
And yes, I know, very expensive to fit it to me, but at the end of this job, I might actually have enough.
Really? A single
Yes.
job giving you that much money?
Surprisingly good job, yes.
Huh. You know, I've been working with pirates long enough to know that that sounds like trouble.
Yep, that's what both me and the mayor were thinking. But it pays well enough that, I mean, I'm probably the only one that could get out of trouble if it came to it.
Well, anything else?
I could always put down a down payment on that armor for you to get ready to start sizing it for me.
All right, that would be to size it up for you. That would be a 2,000.
How about I give you 1,000 now to start, and then when I get back, you can get the rest.
All right, I'm okay with that. I mean, if this job is paying that well, then you know you have nothing to fear.
I'll nod and say it definitely is, and hand over another 1,000.
All right, you will take it, and he's just going to turn around and say, "All right, take his measurements." And suddenly you're overwhelmed by an army of chess pins as they start like taking your measurements, you know, for your body, your head, your tail, your legs. Oh god, there's so many.
You might as well, or they might as well consider him a statue, because with them surrounding him so much, he would be like literally just standing stock still.
Yeah, this is the first time you're getting like this physical with someone without them actually trying to kill you.
And that's not very normal for him, so he would just be kind of not sure what to do other than just stand there.
But yeah, after a few moments, the chess pins, you know, stop. They all salute, and Chespin just looks at them and say, "Alright, write it all down and start working on the armor." They'll nod and go into the back room.
And then after putting the apples back or into my bag, I'll give him a nod and say, "I suppose I'll be seeing you in about a little over a week."
Alright, don't get yourself killed out there. It would really suck to properly fit the armor, and then you just get yourself killed somewhere.
I will do my absolute best.
Alright, well, good luck, come again.
I'll give him a wave and then head back out.
Alright. You're outside, it's still raining.
Well, I mean, there's nothing saying that, there's nothing really keeping me in town other than, you know, the weather, but thanks to my ground typing, water doesn't actually bother me as much.
Actually, ground is weak to water.
Sorry. Thanks to my dragon typing, water doesn't bother me too much.
Yeah, it is just annoying.
Yeah. Because thanks to the dragon typing, it cancels out the water weakness. But anyway, so I guess I'd kind of just give a small sigh and start heading towards the mountain.
Alright, so based on the map, you would know where to go. It is a couple days away though. Like, when the mayor was telling you about it, you know, she wasn't joking. It is probably between 4 or 5 days away.
Well, I'd be doing my best to make good time for sure though.
Alright. But yeah, so, you start going on your journey. You have probably never been this far away from Cupping Town. So, after the first 2 days, by the way, take 2 pieces of meal and, you know, give them to me.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, after the first 2 days, you would finally be in an area that you've never been to before.
Alrighty.
You look around and you definitely can tell that this area is, you know, a little bit, you know, spooky and dark, and there's a lot of like scary forests, and you're pretty sure that there's a lot of ghost types all over the place.
Well, this character is not really much of a scaredy type, so
Yeah.
well, he's literally bold, so that wouldn't really bother him much.
Yeah, it is a new experience for you to be going through a new place. You are well traveled. You have experienced the sands and the winters, and You know, you've gone through absolutely insane snowy mountains, and you have crossed across the wild ocean. You have seen it all. Yet these jungles here, kinda suck, because there's a lot of mud. The weather is terrible, and it's just a different layer of suckage.
Yeah. But thankfully, because of my weirdness, I'm actually very good at moving through here despite it all. I actually am completely unimpeded.
Yeah, because you have the adaptable thing, right?
Yes.
But yeah, 2 days in, you basically get lost.
Oh boy.
You are million% sure that you do not know where to go and you do not know how to go back.
I'd be kind of just like looking over the map over and over and trying to like reference it and looking around to like at the distance, trying to see if I can see a mountain.
Yep, and as you're kind of just like, going through many forests and jungles and, probably like look into a cave or two, you eventually find smoke in the distance. You know that smoke means civilization. Or at least something akin to civilization.
Yeah, oh boy. And being this far away from the one town that I know is at least semi-friendly to abnormals, I would know that this may or may not be. For all I know.
But yeah, do you wish to follow this smoke?
Well, I don't really have much else to go on right now, so, I mean, if I'm lucky, I might be able to get directions out of somebody.
Alright, so you follow the smoke and you find a little bit of a clearing. And in this clearing you find what appears to be a hut. It is a very basic primitive hut, made out of mostly bark, twigs, leaves, that sort of thing.
How big is it?
It is barely enough to fit you.
So something smaller than me.
Yeah, it is small.
I will give the door a small knock.
Alright, you knock on the door. And after a few moments, the door opens by itself.
Hello?
From within, you can hear, "Come in, Gabite."
How do you know me? Have you been to Captain Town?
No, I've never been to your town.
How do you know me?
I know many things.
Like how to get to the mountain?
Yes, but first, come in so that we can see eye to eye.
I'm gonna put the parcel in my bag and tentatively step in guarded.
So inside the hut, you can see that it doesn't have a lot, right? It has essentially just like a little bit of furniture, a bed, that sort of thing. The bed is strange as it is on the floor instead of like being a little high up, right? And in the middle of the room there is a carpet, and on the carpet is a Pokemon. And this Pokemon is a Meditite, who is currently sitting down and seems to be somewhat levitating above the carpet.
Oh, a psychic fate. That makes a lot more sense.
Yes. I hope that me being able to read you is not something that will scare you.
I'll kind of just shrug and say, I'm a little too simple-minded for that to be ordinary.
Ah, the bliss. Anyway,
Yeah.
You seem to be lost. You are trying to find your way to the Mount Horn, correct?
I'll nod and show him the map Whoever drew this thing doesn't really know what they're doing.
Well, this area is not exactly properly explored.
I guess.
Anyway, yes, I can tell you how to get there.
That would be very helpful.
He actually points his finger and starts like moving across the map, showing you the path that you need to take in order to go to Mount Horn.
Can I follow behind his finger with my claws to kind of just scratch the path into the map?
Yes.
Okay. Then I will do that.
You should invest in one of those guild maps. I've heard that they are magical and they specifically make sure that you can never get lost.
They might have one at the store when I go back, but that would require me to get back home.
Yes.
Hey, you're a psychic type.
Indeed.
Is there anything you can tell me about this holding out the parcel?
Meditite actually like fully opens its eyes. It had like the eyes that were slightly like closed, right, this whole time.
Mm-hmm.
And he looks at the parcel and says, "You should leave."
I knew it was going to end up being a bad job. Could you at least tell me if I'm walking directly into a trap delivering this?
He shakes his head and says, "What you are holding is very dangerous. But I do not think that whoever gave it to you was meaning unwell to you."
I'll nod, put it back in my bag, and say, sorry to have troubled you. Thank you for the help.
That is all right, but our paths should not cross again. It is dangerous for me to be around you, and not for the reasons that you think.
Pointing to my bag where I just put the parcel.
Yep, the Pokemon nods.
But once it's out of my paws, it should be fine.
Potentially. Though whether you will find me again or not is another question entirely.
Could I, like, mark his location on my map with my claw?
Yeah, you can.
I'll just kind of do that and say, I'll be sure to come back and show my appreciation.
That is up to you.
I'll just nod and then probably just head back out.
By the way, as you start leaving, you hear him say, "You don't actually know where you are, do you?"
Not specifically, no.
You're on the brink of a place called the Oblivion Forest. A forest where Pokemon go when they feel it's their time. A place where many spirits lay in wait. Why they are waiting? None of us know. Is that why you are here? Has the fate taken you here because it is your time?
No, we've already discussed why I'm here. I'm here on a mission to deliver whatever that is.
Your mission matters little. The fate is the only thing that matters.
Well, then, whatever my fate may be, so be it.
Do you know who lives at the top of that peak?
I'll shake my head.
The Pokemon smiles and says, "The Pokemon at the top of the peak is the one that knows, it knows things. It sees things. One says that it can see the future."
And all of you do that?
He shakes his head. Seeing the future is a rare gift, even among us.
Fair enough. Well, I appreciate the info. Hopefully I don't live to regret taking this job.
I am fairly certain that you will not. Your aura is strong. It is stronger than the item within the parcel.
That would definitely get a raised eyebrow out of me, but then he would just kind of just shake his head and just sum it up to weird psychic things and then probably just continue heading out.
Alright. You leave, and yeah. You kinda know where to go now.
From there, I suppose will just like try following my scratched in marks.
Yep, and as you start following the marks, you can see that there is like a road that you would normally not find. It is very well hidden, and it does lead all the way to the Mount Horn.
Perfect.
But yes, the journey will take you, it will take you one more day.
Okay.
Oh.
I suppose in an effort to conserve my rations, I would probably be on the lookout for any feral-looking weak Pokemon.
Alright, in that case, roll me a d6 for a random world map event.
Alright. 6.
Okay, what is 6? Let's have a look. I need to open my phone. My phone is being slow, I don't know why. I know why, it's because I've not turned it off in like a month. Okay, what did you get?
6.
And you are in this area. Alright. Gabite.
Yes.
You're kinda like looking around, and eventually you find what appears to be a lake.
Oh, isn't this oddly familiar?
Yep. In this lake, well, around it you can see all kinds of Pokemon, just like being there, drinking water, talking to each other, you know. You're pretty sure most of these are, you know, village Pokemon or, you know, wild Pokemon living in the wilderness.
Okay.
You see something that would probably surprise you a little bit.
Oh?
You see what appears to be kind of like a school of Eevees.
A school of Eevees.
Yeah, basically you can see that there's two very obviously adult Eevees and lots of small Eevees.
Aww. I don't think even this big lug could bring himself to kill an Eevee.
But the thing that you are missing here is your Pokemon would be very surprised because Eevees are rare. Everywhere else.
That is fair. I suppose he would probably just kind of watch them for a bit, but once, as long as no one, like, turns to him and tries to be aggressive, he'd probably be looking more towards the lake to try to see if he can spot some fish to catch.
Yep, there's definitely fish-type Pokemon there. You can see that there's a fair amount of Finians.
I suppose I would probably try to catch one of the ones that look like there's the most of there.
Alright, in that case, I would have you roll me...
Or at least the weakest looking ones.
Alright, roll me... Roll me Insight plus Survival plus Nature.
Survival, so 3.
Insight plus Survival plus Nature. There we go.
1 pass.
Alright. Finians, what stats do they normally have? Because I'm gonna be rolling evasion dice for them, basically.
Okay.
They have 3 dice on evasion, okay. Yep, let's roll.
And then I just roll pretty much to attack, or?
No, basically, if you beat the evasion, you just get 1.
Okay. I'm guessing I'm rolling strength, fight, and brawl.
Give me a second. Alright, you managed to pull 1 out.
Oh. Okay, so I don't roll anything. Got it.
Give me a second.
Okay.
Give me a second. I didn't have this prepared. Alright, so this is the Pokemon that you fish out. Once the thing stops shitting itself, that is. Oh. It broke for a moment. Alright, combat. This is absolutely unfair. This is so unfair.
Well, I mean, I am literally just hunting for food, specifically going for something weak anyway, so it makes sense.
Yes. Look how cute it is.
It is adorable, yes.
It's named after me. Anyway, roll me initiative.
Okay. So, that would be 2 dice, so... 2 passes and 6s.
Alright, you go first.
I'm gonna slash it.
Ares Gabite, Finin. Alright. You wish to slash?
I wish to slash.
Oh god. Oh god. Okay, roll me accuracy.
Alright. Dexterity fight brawl, so that'd be 2, 2, and 2. I need an extra dice.
Oh god. Oh god. Oh my
Oh.
That's a crit. You actually
you're
crit.
right.
Oh my god.
Oh, and this one's also high critical, so...
Oh yeah, so you would crit even with just 1.
Yep.
Oh my Jesus fucking Christ. Okay, what's the damage? By the way, Finians have 1 defense? Because I assume this is physical, right?
Yes.
Oh, this is gonna be a fucking massacre. There's not gonna be anything left of this thing.
That my damage is strength plus 3, which equals to 5. Plus critical.
Okay, roll.
Oh, I roll 5 die. Oh, okay.
Okay, so...
This is my first time actually doing
Oh,
that
okay. So, look at your move.
Uh-huh.
It says strength plus 3, right? That means the
Yes.
strength is the dice you are rolling. The plus 3 is the basically assured damage.
Okay, so the strength die, I roll 2, and I only do damage if it's a pass.
Yes, basically, let's say you roll this and it's a 6. You do 1 damage. If this is a 1, you don't do damage with that one, but you still do with this. And it has 3 damage, and you crit it, so it's gonna be twice the damage.
Alrighty.
That's literally what happened.
Yep.
So it is 1 plus 3, that's 4, and that is 8. It has 1 defense, so it lowers it to 7. But it has only 3 HP. So it has only 4 HP, so you lowered the HP to 0, but your attack also does extra lethal damage. So it's actually a -4 now. And if it has lethal damage that is more or the same as its vitality, it's dead. It's dead. You fucking killed it. You killed it twice.
I just imagine I spear it on the end of my arm blade. And then this one I'd probably just make my snack for the day, so I don't have to eat.
Yep, when you eat it, you can definitely see that all of the Pokemon around the lake start running away.
I would just kind of shrug, because I'm probably used to that. I'm actually kind of surprised that all of them are running, though, because, I mean, I know for a fact that the Eevees are omnivores.
You are a massive, known to eat Eevees monster.
Fair.
But yeah, you get 1 XP.
Alright.
Because it was a fight. He could have hurt you, by the way.
Yeah, I know that. And I would actually probably... Oh, not 41. Okay. I would probably actually look to, fill my bag with another 2 fish. So I'd probably continue fishing to fill my bag.
Alright, roll me. You know what to roll.
Oh, the horror.
2.
Yep.
What I mean, do insight plus survival plus nature again.
Oh, okay. One pass.
Alright, I'm gonna roll for the evasion. They evade you.
I'm just gonna try again.
Alright. You could say they are wary of you now.
Aw, no pass.
They evade you.
I think you know what I'm gonna say.
You're gonna do it again?
I'm fucking do it again. One pass.
Okay, I will let you do this like 2 more times.
Okay.
And they evade you. Holy shit, look at this.
Huh.
Wow, what a roll.
Dang. Yeah, I guess I'm not that worried about getting the food right now, so yeah, I guess I probably would only try like 2 more times anyway.
Okay, go.
Oh, come on! No
Rolling.
pass.
They evade. They are too wary. You cannot get them. They are too fast.
Also, my rolls are... I've literally gotten... Oh!
Rolling.
Okay, 3 pass.
They got 1 pass. That means you fish out another one.
Finally. Jeez, that was way harder than it needed to be.
Alright, roll me for initiative.
That's literally the first time I've gotten one that's, had more than 1 pass.
You killed my father. I will avenge him.
1 pass.
Alright, that means he goes first.
Okay.
I'm not gonna edit the sequence. He basically goes first than you.
Okay.
Too lazy. Alright, Finian. Finian is going to use... Give me a second. Finian, what are you... I fucking closed it. Why did I close it? Oh no! This Starmip just one move!
Oh no. Poor guy.
No, this Starmip pound! And that's it. Oh
I
no!
don't even know what that is.
It's weaker tackle.
Oh.
How much defense do you have? Physical defense.
Just 2.
Oh, only 2. Okay, so he might actually be able to do damage. Oh god, that goes off strength. He's only 2 strength. Oh no. Okay. Oh shit, he roll evasion.
Okay.
Oh my god, he might actually hit.
Yeah.
He might actually hit. Oh, he might not actually hit. Oh, he definitely doesn't hit.
3 passes for evasion.
Yep, you dodge. This fish somehow misses this massive Hulk. Too fast.
Oh wait. Is evasion just dexterity and evasion, or is evasion dexterity fight and evasion?
It's written over here.
Oh, okay. Evasion dexterity fight. Oh, so there would have been 2 additional dice, but it's moot point.
Oh my god, so you would roll even. Oh my god, you're a god of dodging.
Yes.
This massive hunk of a man is somehow as fast as a cipher.
Well, I mean, Gabites are actually known to be very fast.
Yeah, I
Well,
can fucking
just
see it.
the Garchomps. But in this particular case, I also happened to take, what is it called? Natural. So I get plus 2 dice to my evasion rolls.
Okay, so yeah, your turn. I wonder what are you going to do to this poor fish?
Gee, I wonder. Slash.
Oh god. Let's go. Rolling evasion. Oh, he rolled pretty well, actually.
Okay, dexterity fight brawl, so... Next fight... Okay, so also 6.
You're rolling for accuracy, by the way.
Yes, I know. 4 passes for accuracy.
4?
4.
Okay, how many 6s do you have?
2.
Ah, that's a crit.
Oh.
Okay, roll damage. This fish is like, ha ha ha, I'm in danger.
Max damage.
2
passes.
You fucking slay it. You get 1 more XP, by the way.
Okay, and this one I will put in my bag.
Oh my god. You fucking monster. What's with this group? This group is like, already has more of a kill count than a fucking chilling adventure.
I mean, we're just living the life, you know? We're not trying to be altruistic heroes. We're just, we're existing in the world of Mystery Dungeon as Mystery Dungeon people do.
Yeah, for you this would be normal.
Exactly.
If anything, I was surprised that Striker went for the kill.
Right? I was surprised too.
And he ate Pokemon that, like, I'm pretty sure somewhere in the manga it says that would probably make him sick.
Yeah, and especially considering that those ones are probably a lot more sentient than even the fish that I'm catching.
No, the fish are sentient.
That's what I'm saying, even more sentient. Or I guess I should say even more intelligent.
Yeah, like, that's the horrifying thing about Mystery Dungeon, that, you know, Pokemon eat Pokemon, but it's like, imagine humans just randomly going around and hunting another human.
Just a different type of human.
Yeah, just, you know... Oh god, I almost went to a thing that I probably should not go into.
Yeah, that's no. We don't need to get your Twitch banned.
Yeah, please Twitch, no ban, please. But yeah. Do you wish to continue your journey?
Yep. With that, I'll feel more comfortable with my rations and continue.
Alright. So, it takes you another day. But you know, you're gonna have to need to eat, by the way.
Yeah, that was exactly what that first Finian was for.
No, I mean it takes like one more day.
Oh, okay. Then, since the Finian is probably gonna spoil before the apples, I would probably go for
Alright.
the Finian.
Finian is... Oh, I almost deleted it, but I actually need to like keep it here and put it in a bag.
In case, yes.
Well, if I delete it, I will not be able to pull it out of the bag again.
Oh, fair enough.
It's annoying. Anyway, you find yourself at the foot of a massive mountain. Now, when I say massive mountain, it's nowhere near as high as, let's say, the luminous peak that you had to climb, or the average mountain of your homeland, as your homeland does have the highest mountains in all of Mystery Dungeon.
But as far as what I've been used to these past few years that I've been hanging around Cap'n Town, it would probably be decently large.
Yeah, it's definitely high.
Yeah.
Yeah. You don't see any obvious way to go up, except for a cave that has a sign in front of it.
I will look at the sign.
The sign is written in paw print, which you can thankfully read, and it says, "Warning, mystery dungeon ahead."
I should have known it was a mystery dungeon. Well, nothing ventured, nothing gained, I suppose. Might as well be a mystery dungeon team myself anyway. And I'll just take a deep breath, sigh, and then head inside.
Alright. You know what I'm gonna tell you.
Yes. Draw a tile.
Draw a tile, baby.
wow.
Well, at least you got this one out of the way early.
Great start.
Alright. Find yourself... So this would not be the first mystery dungeon you have entered. But, you definitely do not remember entering a mystery dungeon and seeing a massive fucking piece of shit, like a hole with like a little ledge at the bottom when you look down. That's a new one. That's a new experience.
Of course, just my luck. I'm gonna look back towards the entrance, and with my experience in mystery dungeons,
is gone.
It's probably gone.
Just like that, it's gone.
Yeah, fuck that drop. I'm going this way.
Yeah, oh yeah, fuck that drop. That is a dangerous drop. That's a drop that could kill ya.
Yeah.
So I'm changing music. But yeah.
I swear to God, if this is a dead end. Okay,
No.
Thank God. It's actually perfect.
Yeah. I'll fix it up. There you go. You make your way in. You remember what I was telling Striker about what the thingies mean?
Yes, rocks.
Yeah, it's rocks. Very easy to break. It should not be an issue for you.
Yeah, I specifically designed myself to be DPS. I suppose I'll try south first, though.
Alright, then you know what to do.
Nyong.
Wow, you're getting all of these now. Alright, move yourself to the
Alrighty.
tile and roll me a d6.
5.
5. That is a random event. Roll me.
4.
Okay, that means it's a statue. Roll me another d6. Let's see
Oh,
what.
no.
Number
2.
2 is... Oh, okay. Well, you're gonna see a statue that is somewhat familiar. Actually, your Pokemon would know exactly how it works. Okay, give me a second. So you find a Celebi statue.
Oh. Okay.
It would actually be like in the middle here. You would know that, you would hear from stories of, guildies and survey teams and such, and rescue rangers, that, like, you sacrifice something to the statue and it will do something.
You know what? Since I'm here, I'm gonna throw 50 Pokecash at it.
You would know that money doesn't work.
Oh, okay.
It has to be an
Then-
item.
Bribes them.
Bribe Celebi. Hey, Celebi! He teleported me to the top, bitch.
Well, I don't have much else to offer now other than an apple, I suppose.
Do you wish to
I can
offer?
always...
Do you wish to offer an apple?
Yeah, I can always hunt on my way home.
All right. You give Celebi the apple. Celebi's eyes open up and light up green. Soon, when you blink, the apple is gone. And then, when you blink again, it is replaced with an oranberry.
That's actually a really good trade.
I know, right?
I will take the Oranberry. And then I suppose I'll just leave it at that for now.
You want some chocolate milk?
Can always come back later if I need something else.
And a drink, yes, please.
All right.
And I will continue down into the... Actually, I'll just go straight south.
Oh, that means you will have to break some rocks.
Yes.
All right, roll me.
Just straight strength, correct?
It is actually strength plus fight plus brawl.
Oh, so that's all of my dice.
Oh my
And I just have
god.
to pass one.
You just need to pass once. Oh my fucking god.
Literally turned it into powder.
You know, with that, I'm just gonna... I'm not even gonna count it as a fucking move. Just find a new tile.
Alrighty. That will fit like that.
Yep. Oh, I actually put it there nice. Oop. But yeah. You
Alrighty,
find another room, and it's not a very useful room.
Well, there's only one real direction I can go from here except for back.
Oh, you
So-
can actually go like this.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. There's only one direction to go other than back.
Oh, okay, sorry.
Yeah, it's all good. And boop.
Alright, you make your way over here, and you see some rocks.
I think you
But
know what I'm
first-
gonna do.
But first, roll me a d6.
Okay. 5. Again.
Okay, that's a random event. Roll me. Is this gonna be a dungeon of random events?
1.
Ooh, 1. Okay, I need to do a roll on my end. No, my dice got stuck. Okay, I may sure roll it. Oh god. Okay, roll me a d6.
1. Again.
Okay, and one more.
4.
Alright, give me a second. Alright. A second. Right. So, this is kind of bad. Because through the rocks, you can actually see that there is an aggressive group of Centaurs. And there's 2 of them.
Not too crazy intimidated by them. But I would know that, danger that's avoided is, better. So, I suppose just to make things go by quicker, and so I have less, and just so I don't end up accidentally using resources, if it doesn't go well for me, I'll just steer clear for the time being. But if they chase me down, I won't hesitate to fight.
They will try to chase you down.
Well, I just mean, if they reach me.
Alright.
So that's one move, and then another move to this tile.
Yep.
And then,
They move, that means I need to roll for them.
considering their ground types, I don't think they'll have issue getting through rock.
Not even a problem.
I kind of figured. And I suppose I will go down into the right.
Alright. Oh god.
Oh! No, I will not be.
Well, I mean, you are getting these out of the way now.
Yep. Well,
Do a lot of backtracking.
Yep, that was the idea. Just head back then.
Alright, that means it's their move now. You can see them. They're coming.
They might be just concerned by the fact that I am completely unconcerned. Just kind of meandering about my business, and
I mean, it's probably more like they don't actually know what you are.
Yeah, fair enough.
Because Gabites are not commonly in this area.
That is fair. I will continue to the left then.
Alright.
Hello? Kyle? Thank you.
Yeah,
There we go.
the tiles are sometimes jank. We'll fix it up. There we go. Make your way here. There's a lot of rocks here, which normally would probably even completely block you, but you don't care. Also, roll me a d6, buddy.
Four.
Alright, roll me a d6 on what kind of thing is going to happen.
1.
Oh shit, that is an actual team.
Oh.
Oh fuck, I actually need to spawn them now. Because I didn't expect anyone to get one of the teams.
Well, see, now this is definitely something he would be more hesitant to fight. A lot more hesitant.
Yeah, okay, so give me a moment. Roll me a d6 on what team you're gonna find here. Because you can only find low-level teams here.
1 again.
1 again. Oh, okay. Alright, so that means I need...
I may be pretty low level myself, but even if I was, mid-level, I would still hesitate to attack an entire team all by myself.
Okay, and I think it's in Gen 3? No. Oh god, what generation is this Pokemon? There we go.
Actually, I already have an idea for this.
Alright, so, you enter that area, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you find a somewhat familiar sight to you. You find a team. You find an explorer's team.
Oh, okay.
And you also find that these rocks are not here anymore. They already broke them.
Ah, convenient.
But yeah, you see them here.
Okay.
And they immediately notice you. They turn towards you, and they all immediately go into a fighting stance.
With them, I'm going to just like raise my paws in a like friendly gesture and say, I don't want any trouble. In fact, I might actually have work for you.
A work for us?
Yeah, you're guildies. You want to earn apples, right?
Apples?
I'll nod and pull an apple out of my bag.
I don't know what you think we are doing here.
Well, I mean, consider this a side mission on whatever mission you're considering right now.
We are not exactly interested. But what are you doing here? You're obviously not from here.
I'll shake my head and say, no, I'm just on my own sort of mission.
Ah,
I'm trying to deliver a package, but
a package? Why are you delivering a package here?
some super smart Pokemon.
They just look at each other and then Pikachu just says, are you delivering that to Hypno at the top of the peak?
If that's who's up there, probably, yeah.
Oh, alright.
But yeah, I was gonna say, just as a little thing, I've got a couple of sand shrews that are trying to chase me down. I'm not too worried about them, but I'll give you an apple if you'll take care of them for me.
Oh, we don't need to get paid. Are they causing trouble?
I'll nod.
Eh? We can go on a little sidey, eh, Chikorita? Chikorita just looks at you and says, is this a trick?
No, I have no reason to trick you guys.
I mean, look at him. He's an abnormal.
Oh, yes, but I'm an abnormal who works for his living as opposed to terrorizing others.
Yeah, Chikorita, calm down, you know? Not all abnormals are like that one. It's alright. Anyway, Gabite, show us where are they going?
I'm gonna just kind of point to the path behind me. They should be coming around that corner any moment now.
Alright. Alright, Team Go-Getters, let's go.
I love them already. Team Go-Getters. That's gonna be the first in my list of teams in this campaign.
Please don't eat
Mr.
them.
Free Dungeon teams. But not Tetums.
Yeah, you can see that they have like full like guildy gear. And the clothes that they are wearing is they are all wearing what appears to be ribbons.
Team Go-Getters, Pikachu, Chikorita, and I horribly misspelled that, and Starly. Got it. Okay.
Yep, they're gonna get a one go, and because there's no rocks, they're just gonna move here.
And there we go. All right. Oh, I was talking about that path pointing down the other path.
Oh, never
as they
mind.
leave. All right, then I guess with that, I will continue on my way, and I will go left.
All right. Wow, the towers have been so nice to you lately.
Right? It's almost like my Eevee adventure.
Boop, boop, boop. Alright, roll me a d6 on a global event.
4.
That is 4. Okay, roll me a d6.
1.
Okay. Give me a moment, I need to open the file that I just closed.
And I do realize that actually that particular team would not have been too much of a threat to me.
Yeah, but defeating and potentially also killing teams is very bad juju.
Yeah, that is also a big factor.
Because you actually get friendship points with these people.
Yes. And especially with me wanting to eventually get into a guild, I definitely wouldn't even want to attack them anyway.
All
Yes,
right.
the guy with
But I was just
negative
mentioning as a
beauty and
side
cute.
note. What'd you say?
Yes, the guy with negative beauty and cute.
Yes. I mean, you don't have to be beautiful to protect others.
You think I should? Ares has me reconsidering a bunch of traits on my character sheet.
Oh boy.
All right. So you know how you just like met another team?
Oh boy.
You just met another team.
Of course I did.
God damn it, Ares. No one has actually found any teams, and now you found 2 in one dungeon. What the fuck is this?
And back to back nonetheless.
Yeah, back to back. What the fuck? Alright, so you find another team. This team is wearing the same stuff that the previous team. You know, they have ribbons and such, right?
Uh-huh.
And this is what they look like. It's Zigzagoon and the routes.
Ah, so smaller team, but both second evolution.
No, actually, they are both first evolution.
Oh, I am getting bad at memorizing my Pokemon then.
Yep. The moment they see you, by the way, Zigzagoon steps in front of Routes, it's snarling at you, and Routes starts preparing what appears to be some kind of psychic ball.
I'm just gonna kind of lift one wing at them and say, I'm not here to hurt you. I'm here on my own mission. You can even get proof. I just met one of your team's go-getters. They're actually helping me.
Zigzagoon is still snarling, but Routes lowers her hand and just looks at you and says, you wouldn't know them if you didn't encounter them. It's okay, Ziggy.
Yes. The Pikachu was actually very nice. And Chikorita was a little bit more on the less trusting side, but she was still nice.
You see Routes just run her hand across the Zigzagoon, who then steps back, still glaring at you, but she then looks at you and says, "It is alright. I think you mean us no harm."
I'll just nod at that and say, I just want to get a mission done here.
Yeah, she just nods and says, "Then we will not go into each other's path."
I will nod, and I'll kind of just point back where I came from and say, that path is already clear if you want to go that way, or don't know what's down any of these other paths.
We are here on a mission. We are looking for a Caterpie.
If I see one, I will whistle and let you know.
Indeed.
And then I guess
Are you from a team?
Not yet. You could call me an aspiring guild member.
An aspiring one?
I'll nod and show them my tattered bag.
When you show the tattered bag, Zigzagoon starts growling again.
It was given to me.
Routes just shakes her head and just says, "I do not know how you got that bag, but I will not judge you for having it."
I am being genuine when I say it was given to me.
Well, it doesn't really matter.
But anyway, I'll go this way and you guys do whatever you need to do here. And I'm just gonna go up north.
Looking at you, she says, "Do you have a name?"
Gabite.
She shakes her head again and says, "Do not worry about the question then."
I know you guildies tend to have your nicknames, but I never really had anyone to give me one, so...
Then it will come in time. Do not worry.
I'll
Anyway,
just nod at that.
if you meet us again, we are Team Speckle.
It was nice to meet you, Team Speckle.
She nods.
Alright, so... Team... Speckle. And that would be Ralts and Zig.
This dungeon is suddenly incredibly safe for you.
Right?
Like, holy shit, I don't think we have ever witnessed in all of these intro sessions. Yeah, or even in the first session for Sunstruck, right? I don't think we have witnessed anyone having this safe of a dungeon.
Yeah, I mean, except actually, no, that's not true. Because in Sunstruck, I literally drew 5 tiles and was done.
Yeah, but like you didn't have allies on the map.
That is fair.
Anyway, they get a free turn. That means they will go here. They will find a tile. Oh god.
Good luck with that, guys.
Oh god.
That's all the cliffs off the map, or out of the thing, though, right?
I
think
believe
there's only
so.
3?
I believe so.
Okay.
Alright.
Well, I guess since they're going that way, I'll go south then.
Alright.
Oh, that's familiar.
Oh, actually, the Century team goes
Oh,
in for the
right.
fight.
I'll just leave that there for my next turn.
Alright, so they're gonna be fighting. And I'm gonna be doing these in the background while you're gonna be doing your thing. Because you know, the cool thing about Pokerole is that the other teams, the competing teams with you, they actually get XP and points as you get them essentially. And they can like fail, they can die. It's actually a really cool simulation thing. I kind of like it. But yeah, what do you want to do?
So God forbid if I were to have come across like a crazy team of 2 well-evolved characters that I was running away from, I could potentially get them killed by sending them after it.
Yeah.
I wouldn't do that, but I will continue south.
Alright. Oh gosh. Oh, this one is not cleared out.
Not for long.
Also, roll me a d6.
Okay. 5.
Oh, you're fine. That is a random event, so roll me another d6.
This is like the 3rd 5 I've gotten in a row on these.
I know.
6.
Ooh, 6 is an item. Roll me a d6 to see what kind of item event is gonna be happening.
2.
2 is... you find a pouch in right in front of you.
I kind of just tilt my head and look at it and then pick it up.
You pick it up, and it has a very satisfying sound of clinking inside.
Ooh. I like the sound of that. I will open it.
Alright, could you go to Tatsu and roll me a d100?
Sure. Doot. And then doot. And then dice rolls. And then D100. 57.
You find 57 pocket cash in it.
Oh, okay. That's a nice little little chunk of change.
Yeah.
I will, just add that to my own coin pouch and probably just move on to clearing my path here.
Alright, so these actually need 2 passes in order to break through.
Should be no problem.
And because you said that, you're gonna fail. Oh my god!
Almost did.
Holy shit! But yeah, you break through. Where do you wish to go?
Well, considering I'm running out of room on the mat down to the left, I'll go to the right this time.
Alright, that is a move. Oop, oop. That means the teams get to move. And here I'm gonna do a turn on my phone. Because it's much faster that way.
Are you able to just insert Pokemon and
Yeah,
hit them against each other and just
you know how I am. I have an Excel sheet for this.
Ah.
Me and my Excel sheets, eh?
I mean, hey, it helps you progress the story without holding things up too much.
Yeah, because like you are actually supposed to simulate this when you are like basically when these fights are happening, they're supposed to be happening in real time, right? And it's like that would slow down things to absolute fucking crawl.
Right. Because then you'd have to take 5 turns, and then I'd move, make another move, and then you'd have to do another 5 turns for them, and yeah.
So instead, I've spent hours making this Excel sheet that actually pre-calculates this shit. There we go. All right. What do?
Perfect. I am going to the right here. Hiya!
Oh god.
That really only works this way.
Yep, you make your way here. This can. Give me a second. This one doesn't want to work properly. Give me a second. This one just doesn't want to work. All right. So you find yourself here, and you see that you're on a ledge. You can jump down here, or you can climb. You can jump up here.
How much is that jump down?
It's 2 for both. It's 1 for here and 2 for here.
I'll go for the drop.
All right. You know what to do.
That'd be Dex.
Dex, survival, and athletic.
Okay, so that'd be 3. Do it. Do it. Do it. Oh, wow. Wonderful. 0 passes.
Oh, that means you fall, and you actually hurt yourself by 1 HP.
Great.
So yeah, lower your HP by 1.
Grumbling Gabite noises.
But yeah, that will take a movement.
Just rubbing my butt. Ow.
Team Speckle is gonna go here, and Team Go-Getters fights. Also, this Pikachu is really not useful here.
Yeah, literally can't do anything to them with his electric moves.
I mean, he has
Probably
quick
starts with
he has quick attack.
Oh, that's actually not bad.
Yeah, that's literally the only thing he can do. But he's like he has attacked twice now, and he has missed both times.
Oh.
It really is Mystery Dungeon.
Fair.
All right, 1 down.
Alrighty. And I shall proceed south then.
All right.
Hiya.
Oh, look, good tile. Good sport. Alright, I'm gonna need you to roll me a d6.
Alright. 1.
Alright, I'm gonna need you to do me a roll, which is insight plus survival plus alerto.
That is 5 for me. So 4 passes.
Alright, that means you know exactly what trap that is. Alright, so there is a trap in your way right here.
Okay.
A second, there we go. And this is a glue trap.
Okay, so at most it would just slow me down.
No, it can actually do damage to you.
Oh, okay.
Like, when you fall into it, if you don't have anyone to help you, you need to get out yourself, and if you fail, it will hurt you.
Gotcha. And is it possible to attempt to disarm it?
Yes, you can disarm it. It is a mechanical trap, that means what you roll is, you just roll your smart.
Ah, so just smart.
Yeah, it is a mechanical trap, that means you need to be smart to put it away. And you're not a human, so you cannot just roll logic for it. You need to roll smart.
I think I'll just avoid it then.
Yes, it is actually... Okay. You know, usually I don't do this, but do you want to know how many passes you need to disable it?
Sure.
3.
so I physically cannot.
You need 5 in order to disable it and keep it.
Oh, jeebus.
Yeah, this one is kind of difficult.
So yeah, I'm gonna just leave that there. And I'll go south then.
Alright. Oh, bleh.
Oh. Well, that doesn't really fit, though.
Well, it fits from here.
Oh, okay, so could I, like, put it like this?
Well, it has to be somehow connected to the southern one, but it also has to have a connection, you know, via the path. So, really, there's only one way to do it.
Like that?
Yeah. Now, the problem is, you have to walk into it. That means you're gonna have to roll me avoiding the trap.
Wonderful.
Which is smart plus survival plus nature.
Let's see. Plus... okay.
Smart
That's
survival nature.
not good. And of course I wouldn't even get one pass.
Alright, you sticky with it?
I only had 2 dice.
Oh no. Okay.
Yeah.
Alright, you walk into the trap. You're covered in glue.
Of course.
Alright, so, you can either attempt to disarm it from inside, but now you have 1 less die. Or you can attempt to leave the trap, but it will hurt you.
Well, I literally can't disarm it, so... Well, especially now with -1 die, I literally wouldn't be able to roll at all.
Alright?
So
you
I actually only have one option.
Okay, do you wish to leave it then?
Yeah, I kind of have to. Can't just stay here.
Okay, so if you leave it, it will do damage to you according to your physical defense.
Okay.
So what is your physical defense?
2.
You take 2 damage.
Awesome. So that puts me in pain penalization then.
Yep, that means to your
Oh,
status...
wait, no, actually, never mind. That puts me at exactly half.
Well, that is pain penalization. No, wait. It's... Oh yeah, it's under 50. It's under 50, right? Give me a second, I need to check it. I will just super quickly double check this. Pain penalization. Where is it? XP, non-combat... There we go, pain penalization. Okay, you are at or under half.
Okay.
So you are now on 1 pain penalization. That means all of your rolls will lose 1 die.
I'm just say no to that.
You eat an oranberry?
Yes.
Alright. By the way, you are very sticky.
Yeah, and also grumpy.
Alright, where do you wish to go? You can choose to go here, or you can choose to go here.
I'm gonna... There's literally no point in going down that way, so I'm gonna go back.
Yep. You're sticky and grumpy.
Yes. And then, grumble, I'm gonna head back up here.
Alright. That means... Team Speckle gets to move here, and they will find a tile.
It's just like, oh hey, look, I spotted that trap really easy. I'm gonna go this way, away from it, and then walk right into it anyway.
You know, mystery dungeons work in mysterious ways.
Exactly. Is that trap still there, though?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Because it actually doesn't go away until it's disarmed.
Fair enough.
Alright, so what do you want to... Oh, wait. Give me a second. Fight. Ouch. Alright, that means Pikachu is on 2nd pain penalization.
Oh no.
He's on 1 HP.
Poor guy.
By the way, Chikorita like rode very terrible in initiative.
That makes... that happens.
Alright.
And I'm gonna climb.
Alright.
This way.
Yep, that is too difficult to climb.
That would be Dex, Survival, Athletics. So 3.
Yep. But I wonder how are you enjoying this?
It's entertaining.
2 passes.
That is good enough. You climb up. That is another movement.
And then proceed through into this room over here.
Alright. Okay, you can just be in the middle because there are no rocks there anymore. That means... Team Speckle finds another tile. Oh god.
Good for them.
Alright. That means... Give me a second. Oh fuck! Okay. Alright, so give me a moment. Oh. One, two. Oh my god, fuck off.
Oh boy. I'm guessing that's gonna be their objective, Team Go-Getters.
Yeah, I really need that fucking flag thing. Give me a second. This is gonna probably freeze things, but I need to get that tile for the flag.
That's fine.
Give me a moment. Oh, please don't fuck this up, Finn. Search. Ah, there we go. Haha! I have it. And here's the objective for... Objective for Caterpie.
Oh, good for them.
Alright, and combat. Oh no!
Go down, Pikachu.
Pikachu's
No.
down! And Senshu is down! Alright, this combat is resolved. But my god.
Oh. So it might have actually been better if I did just deal with them for them.
I mean, 2 members of the team are not very effective against Sensuous.
That is fair. Well, as I'm passing through this intersection to go up north, I'd probably look down there, seeing them kind of battered, and say, do you guys need any help?
Chikorita is just carrying unconscious Pikachu on her back, and she just says, No, we did it, we don't need your help. You probably got the Sensuous to attack us anyway.
I'll shake my head and say, no, not at all. In fact, if you guys get in any more trouble, don't hesitate to call me. I will happily help you.
Yeah, no. It's alright. It's alright. You keep going. You keep going.
Well, at least be safe for me then.
Alright, there's gonna be another move for you.
Yep.
What now?
And north.
You know what to do.
Oh yeah. Wonderful.
Ah yes, this fucking tile. Oh, okay. Whoop. And this is move 20, that means I roll a d6 here. Okay. Oh! Come
Oh
on.
boy.
Come on, stop rolling 5s. What's your fucking problem? Oh, there we go.
My
Oh! More
another-
5s? More 6s? More 5s? I rolled 5 like 4 times. Okay. What the fuck?
Am I
Alright.
about to meet another dungeon team?
No.
Okay.
So it is north and 4 tiles. So it is 1, 2, 3, 4.
So like literally right at the edge of the map.
Gonna be right here-ish. And over here you find a little you know, ruined journal that tells you where is the path to the summit.
Oh, okay.
And it is right here.
Neat.
It's actually weirdly fitting. It's on top of these stairs.
Perfect.
So now you know where you need to go.
Well, I don't really want to deal with the long drop right now, considering my luck with drops lately. So I'm gonna go with the smaller drop to my left.
Actually, there is no drop to the left.
Oh, okay.
See, you need to be here in order to go through here. It's like a tunnel.
Ah.
So you need to drop
Okay.
here, and then you can go that way.
Well, so I guess then in that the question would be, is jumping across easier or jumping down easier?
It's actually... Across is easier. Across is 2 difficulty, down is 3. But if you fail this, you fall down.
Yeah, well, nothing ventured, nothing gained. I don't really have much choice here if I want to get to my objective. Just my luck with this. Literally every single one of these athletics I've done, I literally got 0 passes. Every single one.
Well, now you know where you should be putting your points after you level up.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, were you jumping over or were you jumping down?
I'd be jumping over since it's easier.
Ah.
Since it should have been easier.
Well, you try to jump over, you fall. So technically
Yeah,
that question was fucking pointless anyway.
Yep.
You take 2 damage.
Awesome.
Welcome to Pain Penalization Land.
Yep. Pain 1. Now I would probably be actively growling in frustration at this point.
Hey, if nothing else, you can be pretty sure that go-getters are not having a very good time either.
Yeah, probably not, but
There we go.
I'm
That was a move. Oop, oop. Speaking of which, on the previous one, go-getters would find a tile here. Oh god! Oh
Good luck,
god!
guys. Good
Oh.
luck, guys.
Chikorita doesn't deserve this. Chikorita is not having a good day. She needs to carry her fucking team leader. And Speckle team is going to move here.
Alrighty.
Well, the
I'm-
only way you can go is either climb up to difficulty or just go through here.
I'm just gonna go through. Because I don't want to risk taking more damage. That's literally every bit of damage I've taken thus far was from falling.
I mean, your character is good at fighting, but he's definitely not good at jumping.
Apparently.
You know, you obviously gotten more Garchomp DNA in that, less Milotic, because Milotics are actually ridiculously dexterous.
Yeah. Well, I'm going that way, so... Oh, that's familiar.
Yeah, and that fits. Put it down a little bit. There we go. Alright. There's rocks. Oh god, rocks. Also, roll me a d6.
Oh. Damn it. I didn't see what that started on.
What do you mean?
I hit the rotation value thing in the middle of rolling it, and it put it on a face before I could actually see what it landed on.
Mono, did you see it by any chance?
I did not.
Ah, god damn it, I didn't see it either. I was fucking pulling a thing on my phone, I'm sorry.
I can just re-roll.
Yeah, fuck it, just reroll.
2.
2. Oh, wait, I think I know what 2 is. It's an enemy team! Roll me d6.
2.
Okay, so it's gotta be Whoopers, and roll again. Oh god, it's gotta be 3 Whoopers. Alright, it's gonna be 3 Whoopers right over here.
Great.
Alright, so, over here, you witness the scary sight of... Whoopers?
Yeah, and I mean, if I was full health, I wouldn't be too worried, but I'm kind of at 2 HP right now.
Yep. Look at that. Look at their faces, they look like mono. That is the phase of your destruction.
I mean, wait until you see the changes I've added to the sheet, to the character.
Oh, I'm scared. Wait, you are changing things again? I just recently wrote your intro.
I know, Ares inspired me.
God damn it.
We were talking while you were on the bathroom.
Okay, so yeah, also that was move 22, that means everyone here gets to move. Go-getters are gonna be like, yeah, fuck this shit, I'm out. Now, Team Speckle, Team Speckle is having a good time, it's a nice, a little chill journey through a mystery dungeon, and, they're not having too
Nothing
much...
stressful at all.
Yeah, for them, they're gonna be like, wait, what do you mean this was difficult for you? How did Pikachu get almost killed? What are you talking about?
The Sandshrews, he's an electric and they're ground, and that's not good for him.
Yeah. Alright, so what do you want to do?
Is it possible?
The problem
have-
is that in order to break these rocks here, it takes an action. So if you break the rocks, they will get to you immediately.
Is it possible to clear the rocks to this path only?
Yes.
I think that might be my best bet, because if I go back, I'll have to climb, and then, my situation with doing anything athletic.
See, normally I would say that you would have to fail twice in order to get damaged. But, yeah, you're on pain penalization.
Well, I don't think I really have to worry, because I think, that smaller path would probably just be a 1 pass, right?
Yes, actually.
Well, as long as I don't roll literally all fails. 2 passes.
Not a problem. You make it over. It takes an action. Boop. Boop.
And then I will continue up and to the right.
Alright.
I really hope Whoopers are bad at breaking rocks.
That's a sentence no one has ever said before. Alright, you make your way here. That is style 13. And movement for all the NPCs. So, Team Speckle. I'm honestly just gonna roll for Zigzagoon because Routes has strength 1, so...
Because
And he does it!
Nice. Good job, Zigzagoon.
Alright, Team Go-Getters is going to go... here.
I hope they end
Yeah,
up... Oh no,
Whoopers.
because if they run into those Whoopers, they're dead, 100%.
Actually, yes, because Chikorita is on 2 HP and Starly is on 1.
Oh.
Save you're the only hope.
I mean, maybe if we were to combine forces, it would probably be possible, but...
Oh my Jesus, the Whoopers!
Oh no.
Okay, Ares? Your
Yeah.
Gabite behind him just hears the whoopers just break through the rocks and just go roar.
Does it sound anything similar to the rocks that I turned into powder?
Yes.
Oh boy.
These are the scariest whoopers ever, man, because they rolled almost entirely sixes.
Jeebus. Well,
But look at their faces. Look at their faces. This is your sudden death.
yes, but no. I run. I'm gonna keep going north. So I'm gonna have to break these rocks.
You can break these cuffs.
3 passes.
Not even a problem. You did it.
All right,
There's a move.
and then continue north.
All right, find a tile. Wow,
Oh,
that's a familiar tile. Okay, we'll put it up. And now we know. 1, 2. It was like.
Actually, if I were to rotate this, I could do it like this.
And then you have a straight line there.
Yes.
So. It's also connected. Alright.
So I don't really have time to stop.
Alright, roll me a d6 by the way.
Okay. I swear to God, if I get another enemy team on the board. 3.
Okay, 3. I think that's treasure. Yeah, that's treasure. Roll me a d6.
3.
That is south, and another.
1.
That is 1 to the south.
Ah, yes, right where those whoopers are just about to be.
Yeah, there's a treasure here. You don't know how you didn't know about it, but it's there.
Yeah, I'm not about to risk death.
But hey,
So-
man, treasure. It could have cool shit in it, man.
Well, actually, this is their turn anyway, though, isn't it?
Yeah,
Because
so
I
they,
just moved.
so they actually walk in.
Oh no.
Team Go-Getters goes here. And Team Speckle is finding a tile. And that is actually perfect tile for them.
Yes, it is.
Wow, look how easy they had it compared to you.
Right?
Wow. They will be like, ha, another easy victory.
Just like my Eevee had.
They spawned, they found like 2 tiles, and they got to the objective.
Yeah, good for them. I'm running north.
And then you and Team Go-Getters are like, oh god, please end this hell.
Literally.
Hmm.
So, yeah, I'm gonna go up.
Alright. You make your way up, and you find what appears to be a staircase leading up. You can feel the outside's breeze through it. A breeze that is difficult to breathe through, as it is rather high up. You are tired.
Well-
You are weak. It reminds you of going on top of the luminous peak.
Fair. I'm gonna just go.
All right, congratulations, you make it up. Now, you climb the stairs. You see the sunlight. The weather seems to be nice as you look around and, well, you are about where the clouds are. And far in front of you, you can see a yellow Pokemon currently looking over over what appears to be the sun appearing. You have no idea how long you have been down here. It feels like you have been here longer than it feels like. Like, you've only been here for an hour, right?
As far as I know of, yeah.
But no, it seems like the sun is coming up, and it has been full day when you entered.
Well, I've got enough mystery dungeon knowledge to know that they work in mysterious ways, so I probably wouldn't question it too much.
Yes, the drunken escapades of Palkia are not to be understood.
Yes, exactly.
And right in front of you, like very close in front of you, you actually see another Pokemon. You see Aggron.
Oh, that's a big fella.
Yeah, you see Aggron, who also doesn't look very good.
And he's actually someone who is actually taller than me.
Yeah,
And thicker, for that matter.
and he doesn't look like a normal Aggron. You can tell that he is similar to you, also an abnormal.
I would definitely be, like, as I, like, walk over, very cautious. And also looking around for this knowledgeable Pokemon.
But this is where we end the session.
Okay, I kind of figured.
Alright, so, how did you like it?
It was very fun. I loved it. I wish I didn't fall on my butt 3 times and had the HP to spare to fight those Whoopers and get that treasure, but Athletics said fuck you today.
More like the dice said fuck you. Like, your athletics wasn't even that bad, it just kinda was terrible.
Yeah, 3 dice on 3 separate athletic rolls, all fails. No passes whatsoever on 3 different athletic rolls. Like, what are the chances?
Also, you've met 2 different teams already.
That too, yeah.
Yeah, congrats on that.
You're the first person in both campaigns to actually meet another team.
That is true. You're absolutely right.
Now, obviously, in Chilling Adventure, you guys have met so many fucking teams, it's not even funny.
I have actually even forgotten to track a couple of them in my notes for Chilling Adventure.
Yeah, because you guys have just, like, encountered so many teams. Oh my god. Even teams that I never expected you guys to even interact with. I literally just put them in as filler.
That's perfectly fair.
Alright.
Ares, I sent you a link to my character.
I saw, but I can't exactly access it. It's not shared.
Mono, do you still not know how to share this thing?
I hate Google Docs.
But yeah. I'm gonna have Team Speckle here. Team Speckle, who had basically the definition of easy mode.
Try that one.
And we have a Team Go-Getters, who had the definition of hard mode. So at least Go-Getters are gonna be getting some XP out of this.
So essentially, what Ares helped convince me is to just go a bit more all in. So I took unpopular and weakness.
Oh no.
And I've got 4 hidden abilities.
Oh my, I'm sorry, you cannot take that many hidden abilities.
Is it like only once?
Does it say that you can take it multiple times?
No.
Then you cannot take it multiple times.
Okay, fair enough.
Alright, so assuming that Mono is not ready to go to play his character because his character is not finished, I assume that's it for today, correct?
Probably.
Yeah.
And by the way, you do know abilities are like the ones like adaptability or sand veil that your characters have on here, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Just making sure.
But yeah, so Ares, hopefully next week we are gonna be able to, actually run. And I'm looking forward to this extremely tired and wounded Gabite meeting this extremely tired and wounded Aggron.
I think both of us would probably just see each other, realize we're both very dangerous, and just decide to not fight it out.
Yeah, because in the state that both of you are, there's a pretty good chance of you accidentally killing each other.
Exactly. Like, I mean, with those whoopers, even with my 6 evasion, just having 3 of them attacking me all at the same time would probably mean that eventually one of them would get through and probably do a little damage, and considering I only have 2 HP, that's a big deal.
Yep.
Now if I had all my HP, since I'm not weak to water like he is, it would have been no problem. You know, maybe take 2-3 damage throughout the fight, but come out victorious.
Yeah, but this does actually show you guys that, like, in Pokerole, you never know and you can totally just die in a fight, you know? Like, Aggron has freaking 11 HP, right? At his first level. And yet, he actually got incredibly close to dying. He was
he got down to 3 at one point.
He was 1 water gun from death.
Yeah, he just so happened to get 2 berries from the whoopers that he killed, though, so he was able to get back up to 5, but he was at 3.
Yep. And, you know, for you, you know, like, that fight that you did, yo, that could have ended badly. Hell, that Finian you were fighting, if you got really unlucky, could have killed you. Actually, I don't think it could have killed you. It would have to crit, like, every time.
Yeah, I was gonna say, it would have to crit every time, and I'd have to fail my 6 evasion dice every time.
Yeah, like, maybe not that one.
But the whoopers, oh yeah, definitely. Knowing that they're level 4 already, yeah. I've heard the amount of dice that they can roll on certain things, and I don't want to deal with that on 2 HP.
Yeah, when it comes to the teams, by the way, Routes is... Give me a second. She is level 9, and Zigzagoon is level 7. Chikorita is level 6, Starly is level 8, and Pikachu is level 10.
And he was the first to go down.
Because weakness.
Yes. What level were the Sandshoes that they fought?
The Sandshoes are the same level as the Whoopers.
Ah, 4, okay.
Yep.
So yeah, I probably could have, you know, saved them from the trouble very easily.
Now, if you rolled 6 on the amount of enemies, by the way, it would actually transfer it from 3 enemies into 1 boss.
Yeah, see, if it was a boss and I wasn't on 2 HP, I definitely would have been a lot more, like, willing to go after it.
Really?
Yeah.
You would be willing to fight a level 12 Sandslash?
I'd be willing to give it a try.
Oh god. But yeah.
He's a maniac.
It's a maniac, maniac.
You gotta remember, Gabile, bold, competitive nature, sees a boss. Yes.
Ah, challenge.
Yes, challenge.
Also, you get 2 XP for finishing the session.
Correct.
Now, you cannot spend XP yet because you have not rested, but eventually you will be able to.
I would imagine the summit of this mountain is safe.
Well, yes, but you will not be able to rest there for story reasons.
I suppose that's fair.
But yes, I will save the table. Also,
I mean,
yes,
I may
yes,
not-
Mono?
Once I copy this last thing from the sheet, I think this will be done.
My God.
Because I just kept getting distracted by the Pokemon ability, so I kept trying to add more.
Alright,
Don't
so,
worry, I've
Ares?
turned it back to its proper.
Yes.
you can flip. Alright, and with that, I would like to thank everyone for watching. This was Ares' intro. And goodbye. Hopefully next time, Monos.
Bye.
Bye.